Alright guys, welcome back. Okay, so I want to quickly just show you a few replays, and I'll just talk about the deck for a second, because there's going to be a decision I made. I was just trying it out. It's not something that's going to be for certain, but it's just something I was theorizing with, and I'll explain it once I show the deck layout. And I want to talk about something, because approaching the combo sequence, I always mention I want to keep the cards minimal of the amount of cards you need to actually make the deck function. Because with a combo deck, you need everything to be consistent and not have situational additions to what the deck already is, which is what, like, the more options you have, the higher the ceiling is, but at what expense is what you have to consider. Yeah, it offers this certain option or that certain option, and but you have to understand, in order for those to function, you need to have an established scenario, and that's kind of what I want to avoid. Of course, like casually you can do that, like hands down you can do it, but I kind of want to give you guys like a deck you can actually use and try to accomplish something with, like in locals, or you take it to regionals, and make it to the best that I possibly can, because it's fun to play. And who doesn't want to enjoy the deck to play, you know? Like, of course, top tier, it's a completely different conversation, because you have to acknowledge that as well. You can't just play your favorite deck and then like ignore the meta and like, ignore the top tier, because you're just gonna be disappointed. So you gotta make sure you put some effort into it and actually make the deck you want to, I guess, make work, and understand when a deck just can't work. Because that's kind of where this deck is. Because the fact that you can do something like that with just 3 cards and just basing and just, I guess, what would I call it? Just banking on the probability of you drawing a War Arthdal or drawing that specific card. I think that's pretty worth it. You know, like the fact that you can end with Quasar, Blazar, and that, and then go in second, you have your side deck to go to. Because like if you lose a die roll and you're going up against like an insane and an unbeatable board, and of course it's like even top tier decks lose to go in second. Of course, there's something when the other person opens up subpar and they can come back. But like if a top tier deck opens up like ideal, like the best board they can, or the best interaction they can, then there's no deck can possibly beat that unless you're playing a tier 0 deck where you can actually push through that, you know. So you have to kind of consider that as well. Like a lot of people. Let me put it like this. Okay, so yeah, okay. So for one thing you notice is Armageddon Knight is not in here, right? Like this. Bear with me, okay? Bear with me. This is just theory, and what I was concluding, and I was okay, Armageddon Knight, right? It requires you to open up Go. Like hands, you just need to go through. The fact that you have that option to just go for Armageddon Knight, that's just insane, right? And I was like, well, Knight doesn't really go with anything else other than that sequence. And the real duo in reality is Leveweeder and Gofu. So if you already have, this is pretty much the Knights. It replaced the Knights pretty much, if you think about it. And I was thinking about, okay, so if you open up Knight, Quick Draw, Leveweeder, what do you need for that to work? And I came to the conclusion you need to open up either something, a tuner that you can special summon, 1-for-1 Foolish. You need to open up something else in order, and that makes it 4 cards to function. And that's one more compared to where Gofu Quick Draw and Leveweeder is, and hopefully draw into War Arthdal or draw this itself. So I was like, if I open up if I open up Quick Draw, Leveweeder, and that makes much more sense. Of course, Knight gives you the Leveweeder, which is what you want. But once again, it's controversial. It can be debatable that, okay, no, it doesn't matter. You just Gofu Knight is just too good. Yeah, I understand that, but a lot of times I would open up this and then I would like, it doesn't synergize, because there are some times where I would have Quick Draw, Leveweeder, this, or War Arthdal. Like I'll have any variation of these guys, and I would have a Knight in hand. And I was like, well, if I had a Leveweeder, if this was that instead, if Knight was decay instead, then it would work out much better, because I could just do this so high play. Whereas with night, like if you open up night, this, and like that, like it doesn't really do anything. So you need to open up Gofu, which is opening up Gofu is one of your guys' fear. Like, what if I don't open up Gofu? What happens then? And it's not. And I'll try to do a combo where you can do the play with just this and level 1 tuners, which is if you have an abundance of, like, how many tuners do you have? How many tuners do you have? There's only 4 non-tuners. So that can be quite a bit of an issue. So understanding that this kind of has to go, I think, depending on the meta, because the balance needs to hit, because this is the only reason these are in here, because of what the top decks are. So this is to combat them. So I'm kind of like, okay, I need to replace these, because you need to have more cards to aid the combo, in contradiction to where the less is better. But like in this sense, like it kind of makes sense. I don't know. And then you play the one double summon just in case you use up your normal summons. You use this guy and not be okay. Oh damn, I can't summon it, so I can't do the play anymore. So it's just for that. But that's pretty much where it is. And a lot of you could kind of question, like, why are you playing three quick draw and 3 tuning? It's because you want to get to it. You want to get to it, and pretty much the only synchro you actually need is this. And some of you want to cut Sohaya to 2, but if you cut Sohaya to 2, then you can't do the one card Blazar, like where you just have Sohaya, and then you have to wait for Sohaya to leave the field, and then like the fact that you have 3 Sohayas allows you to do the Blazar with just one Gofu and Levoider. And yeah, and then side deck is pretty much going second, and macro just kills dinos. Like you just can't, they can't do anything. They literally can't. You open up your board with macro, it's like you get what I mean? It's pretty insane. And then going stack and you side in these synchros. You can pick any synchro you feel like from comfortable with, but that's pretty much theory behind it. And believe me, I miss this guy. I really miss this guy. Opening up Gofu now is just ideal. Like, oh my god. But I wanted to do this to be my initial summon, so I don't know. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I cleared some stuff up. But yeah. Thanks for watching.